Lee Harris is in. Pat's in. Thanks for coming in. So I am actually on vacation today and would have loved to do a stream all day, but my wife left me a list. So, you know the rule, no work till the list is done. Work before play. No play before the list is done. So I'm about 2/3 of the way through the list, taking a break to live stream on my normal time slot. So I wanted to show you some things that I have made in the past. And these are simple, if you do wood turning, ornaments that on Thanksgiving you put around the table, either before dinner or after dinner, and put out some Sharpies or some watercolors and have the kids paint them. And it's great fun, takes up time. My mom would always put paper on the table, you know, no tablecloth, just paper, like that brown paper. And everybody would sketch that, colored pencils and everything. Everybody just draw on the tablecloth in between activities. So this is a little fake birdhouse, the little tiny hole in it. You can put a hook on it. Of course, the small little trees. These aren't ornaments. I don't have holes, but this is all stuff I actually made last year. This one you can see was laminated. It's kind of neat. The grain, how it goes together. Icicles, very easy. And this is like scrap stuff. Here's a big tall tree, tall skinny tree. This is an ornament. Little birdhouse. Another thing, even if you don't have a lathe, you can make gift tags where you write somebody's name. Very easy to do. With some nice wood, you can make them look really cool, like no sanding or anything. This I actually turned and then parted off or cut off with the saw, but you know, just so easy to do. And it's really neat when you wrap up a present fancy like that. So just some ideas for Thanksgiving to prepare for Christmas. I'm going to finish up some trees, and then I don't have any ideas. So yeah, birdhouse ornaments. Anything can be an ornament. I had, when I was making a bunch of tops, I was doing shorts of making tops every day. It was called Tops of the Morning to You. And I have gobs of tops. Half of them, not half of them, some of them don't spin. So I would drill a hole and use them as ornaments. Isn't this end grain, won't it break easy? Okay, so what you're asking, I think, is something like this. The grain is actually going this way. You can see it right there. So this is the strongest way. Now, if I were going to turn it like this, yes, it might break very easy. But the grain, this is with the grain. So this is spindle turning. Oh, the puck? Where's the square one? I already put them in a bag. So that really depends on the wood. There's adhesion. So this one is not breaking. This is very tough wood. I don't really know what this is. I know it's from a very, very old tree. I know what the piece of, oh, what was that? I think it was just an old maple, but it's very old and very tough. You cannot break this one. I had one that was a square. There it is. This looks like pine. This one I could probably break. Yeah, see, this one breaks easy. But like, who's really doing that? You're just writing on it, drilling a hole. So what I would do is drill the hole first and then cut them. Don't drill it after. No, it's not olive, because I know exactly where it was cut down. It was cut down in Newport, Rhode Island. That's this one. Actually, Portsmouth, Rhode Island. And my uncle, Steve, was using this saw. He did post and beam construction in Rhode Island, which is very expensive. And he accidentally cut through the cord. They were cutting down a tree with a circular saw that was probably like a 20-inch. It was massive. Maybe I don't know. I was probably 10, so I don't know how big it was, but he cut through the cord. So I got out my pocket knife and twisted the wires back together, put some wire nuts on it, and we were able to finish cutting down this tree with this massive circular saw. Not what you want to do. Like, I would not recommend that. But he saved a chunk of that for me and just gave it to me like 2 or 3 years ago. So that was pretty cool. All right, let's get this show on the road. Enough of that. We're gonna make some more trees. There. Okay. Make some more trees and be done with that. If anyone has any ideas, definitely put it in the chat. I'll see if we can do something. It's major off center. I think it's a little punky on this corner. Just got to tighten it up a little bit. Move down. Got a lot of people in the chat with random names. I don't know how to say just random names. So thanks for coming into the chat. Ornaments. We could do some ornaments. Ollie is from Iran. That's cool. Kylie is in, or Sierra, her AKA. Sierra, I thought you guys had school today. Are you out of school for break? Some reason I thought you guys were still in school. Thanksgiving break. Hey, if you come over, I have some stuff for you. I have some ornaments and stuff that you can color. Paint. Do you have paints? Yeah, just come over and knock on the door anytime. Actually, I might open the garage door just to get some airflow. Yeah, I'm gonna open the garage door. 4:30. My break. I took a vacation today, so my break started last night. So excited. I love it. You can come over right now. Anytime. Anytime. I'm just in the garage. All right, let's round this off. All right. I need to make, I think, one more Christmas tree, and then I will make, so that's going to be about here, and then I'll make an ornament down here or two. Oh, you know what? I had an idea. I want to make one that the flights turn up. So I'm not going to cut as much off of this. So I need to start at the top and carve in. Yeah, I'm going to try. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to try it. Hey Kylie. So this is stuff I made last year. It's just all kinds of stuff. If you have paints or markers, you can color them, put it on the Christmas tree or anything. Okay. What are you guys doing? Those are great. Just hanging around. Is Jackson playing Fortnite? I was playing a little bit, but it's awfully sweaty. Okay, bye. Thanks for coming over.
I'm gonna stop back in the live stream.
Okay. All right, I'll watch for you. All right. I don't know if I have the tools to do this. I need a small, maybe if I kind of pick at it with a skew. I'll try my small bolt gouge. This is like 1/4 inch, 3/8, whatever. Let's get zoomed in here. Kind of like that, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm trying to do undercuts and it's just catching as it comes back out. So I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work. I need to figure out a different tool. Very small, like I need a hollowing tool with a very tiny tip on it. I don't have that. So we will start over. Yeah, some days, left to right to undercut, dig from the bottom to top. Yeah, no, I hear you. Right, I need to go in this way, but then to undercut the back of it, that's what I couldn't get a tool in there. Maybe I'll try it one more time. This wood is difficult also. Alright, so first thing I want to do is make a cone. So I know my proportions. Because it's like both sides need undercut. You gotta curve under this way and then curve the outside this way. Like a Chinese house, you know, with the curving edges. Okay, I'm gonna do one here. I'm gonna do one here. Do one here. That needs sharpened. All right, now I think what I'm going to do, cut in at an angle. You know, it's funny because I have 11. I only need one more tree. And of course, I choose to do the hardest one. I can't do the undercut because I cut the undercut from the other side too far. Alright, I'm going to have to rethink this. There's got to be a way to do this. Almost. Ooh. Yeah, see, it's chipping out. And it's actually not a good piece. It's got a big crack in it there. Alright. I'm going to cut my losses, make a tree out of the rest, and then we'll make some ornaments. Yeah, definitely my hardwood that's not punky. Definitely. So, what's everybody doing today? Getting ready for Thanksgiving, probably, in the U.S. here. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll be doing that more later. So, if you watched yesterday and the day before, I'm making a bunch of Christmas trees for table settings at Thanksgiving. So, of course, this is going to be mine. It's going to be the biggest one at the head of the table. Right? Even though I prefer to sit at the kids' table. Who would prefer to sit at the kids' table? Put it in the chat. I've always had better times sitting at the kids' table. This is kind of what I was going for before. This is chipped out here. Let's cut that edge a little bit, but kind of it's got like a turned up, not completely, but I just think kids are more fun, you know? I'm not talking about all the prescriptions they're on. And this hurts and that hurts. They just want to have fun. That's what I'm talking about. All right, these shavings are getting hot, so I know this needs sharpened. Pretty much all my tools need sharpened at the moment. All right, round that off. That is the base. Let's do a little bit of sanding. Is it a holiday anywhere else this weekend? Just curious. Can I make two? Two what? Two trees? Cool Kid X67 sent me 100 for 2 joules. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Food falling out of your mouth? Yeah. Scott wants to hear the adult drama. No, thank you. I'm tired of adult drama. All right, I'm gonna cut the base and then sand that just a little bit. Yeah, we're coming out of the chuck. Oh, I was afraid of that. With that crack in it, we gotta get in there and tightened up. I think we'll save it. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna sand that edge. Did you see it start to wobble? Scott, I don't know. I think you can get more drama information at the kids' table. Of course, you can't believe it all, but kids know a lot of stuff. Pull back my sleeve here. almost forgot I was going to polish it. A little bit wobbly, but I think it'll work. Let's get a little bit of polish. I think I have some left on this rag. Nope. Almost forgot. Oh, Scott, you could do it. It's not that hard. It's really not terribly expensive. There's the lid. It's not crazy expensive, and it's not that hard to learn. It's hard to master, and I am not a master by any means. This kind of stuff's fairly easy. I love spindle turning, which means the grain is going this way, rather than bowl turning, which the grain goes sideways. But anybody can do this. You're 10, so you can't use a knife. Well, you're getting close. Pretty soon. Alright, that's polished up. Let's cut it off. Almost just took it out right there. That was close. Almost cut it off without. What was I catching on? I was catching on that crack right there. That is pretty cool. All that spalting. So what happens is at some point this tree got a fungus and it releases this black color. Some of them are red, some, all different colors, but it's fighting that fungus and it releases this spalting, it's called. This is a pear, so it was a pear tree. It was in a load of firewood, so it was probably not doing well, and somebody had it cut down and processed into firewood. But I love that spalting. That's cool. So there's a Christmas tree. I'll tell you what, I don't have any more raw wood, so let me go out to the wood pile and grab a piece of wood. I'm going to set this. Be right back. We'll put our tree in front of it. Okay, I will be right back. All right, I grabbed the first thing that caught my eye. This is a piece of driftwood. Not saltwater driftwood. I think saltwater driftwood would be very salty and gritty, maybe. It'd probably work. But this is freshwater from Lake Erie. Driftwood, it's wet because it's been raining for a couple days. So let me cut this up and we'll try to make some ornaments. Okay. Everything is dirty. One of my jobs I need to do before Monday is clean so I can get my truck back in here. Everything in my shop is on wheels, so I can move it and park in here. All right. It's pretty waterlogged. This is cool. It's I think it's pine, just from the smell. I can't really tell, but it's like got a blue tint to it. So let's see what this makes. It's gonna be neat, whatever it is. And I actually think I can put that in the chuck without putting it between centers. That's the easiest. Let's try it. Yes. So with wood this wet, if you're turning it, you want to constantly be tightening because it's going to dry as you work it. So kind of an ornament. Let's see. How much is the entry price for such a machine? This one is a Wen. It's a 12-inch mechanical. It's got a belt. It has 5 belt pulley positions. So there's no electronics. I changed the speed by changing belt position. And it's about $300 to $400, depending on where you're at. I think on Amazon, I saw it for $350 or so. I think I paid $300. That was in 2020. So it just depends. It's a Wen LA 3424. I don't know what those numbers mean because they don't have anything to do with the size. But it's 12 and you can go about 18 inches long. All right, let's clean this up. Throw some ideas. But, well, okay, so once you get that, so you got your lathe, $300, we'll say $400 for the lathe. You need a sharpener. So I have just a grinding wheel, benchtop grinder, and then you need tools. So I've probably got about $300-400 in tools. If that much, probably. I bought a few ones. I don't buy great tools. This is just a hobby, so I'm not spending crazy amounts of money. Trying to put some tools away here. Put some stuff away, clear out some space. Okay, now let's sharpen that up while we're talking. So $300-400. So you're about $800 to $1,000 in so far. Bench grinder isn't that much. You need some way to sharpen. Like I have made my own jigs for sharpening bowl gouges. Some of them you don't need. Can usually do a lot of them by hand. And then just take time, watch a lot of videos. Yeah, I would say 1 to 3,000 to start, depending on how frugal you are. Don't buy a bunch of expensive tools to start out. Buy a Amazon set for 30 bucks. Watch videos, learn how to use them correctly, and then spend money on the tools that you want to get, because there's a lot of different ways to turn. You don't need all of the tools to start out. I probably use 5. All right, this is wild. It's either gray or blue, but it's really cool looking. And you can see as I get down, it looks like pine. The lines are very far apart, but it's pretty cool. So I think I'm going to make a circle sphere with a point on both ends. Just a simple ornament. There's a big split going through there. We'll do what we can. All right, I'm gonna use my jig and try to sharpen my spindle gouge, because I want to do some cool stuff. So put that in here, and this one I kind of hold it up, get the angle right. Right there, knock it down. Looks pretty good. No dings in it. big chip out there. Shoot. Well, that's not going to look very good. How small do you think I can make it? That's probably good. It's really wobbling out here. I went a little too small because now how do I sand it? Can't sand it. So let's slow down so I don't break it off. Julie is in. Dan is in. Cappy Svensson. Thanks for stopping in. All right. Dan Ward, are you a wood turner? If so, do you have a channel? Let us know what your channel is. If you have a channel. So what I should have done was do this part and sand it, then do this part. I haven't done one of these in a while. I actually haven't made a top in a while. I need to make some tops. Kind of the same way. But I should have done this a little bit different because it might break. So usually what I do is I'll try to hold it top and bottom. So I'm not just pushing on one side. It's actually getting very smooth. This is kind of nice. I don't know how to do that. It's a little bit big for my hands. My little sausage fingers. Somebody in the live stream yesterday said I had sausage fingers. Like, I understand that. It's not false. But why would you say that? Like, how does that enlighten someone's day? I don't know. Again, I'm not saying it's not true. It's just crazy what people feel led to put in the chat. time should I have lunch, Scott? I have lunch all day, if I could. Don't forget to have lunch. This is gonna look pretty nice. All right, I'm gonna add some colors to it. No channel, okay. Flutes. All right, I have some questions for you. I want to make a flute. Is it drilled out all the way? Like how? You may have to make a video and send it to me because I've tried to make them and I just can't make. I can barely make a whistle. Hey, Junior's back. Good morning, Junior. The board, B-O-R-D. Board. No, you spelled it right. But yeah, I can make a whistle that works half the time. So 50% of them work, 50% don't. No, 50% work, 75% don't. Another 25 half work. I love math. All right, this is looking pretty good. I think I might. No, I'm not gonna do. I was gonna do a CA glue coating, but it's wet, so it's gonna crack. So I'm just going to polish it. 9:23 a.m. Dang, where are you? It's 12:23 here. You in California? Let's see. I have a little bit of my abrasive paste left. Let's see. All right. Try to do this without breaking it off. We are making a Christmas tree ornament. It's kind of big and heavy, but I was gonna make it a little bit different, but it broke off this side. So just a water drop or something with this is driftwood from Lake Erie. So it's freshwater driftwood, and I don't know what actual wood it is. Consider doing more of the finish while still attached to the tailstock. Right, that's what I should have done most of it while it was still attached, but it split out. There's a knot right there. And it split out terrible, and I just cut it off because it was not gonna hold. I couldn't trust it on the tailstock. So it kind of compromised. And then I should have done this part first and then cut in the back part. So I did this one always wrong, but I'm just gonna be gentle. The piece I chose was a challenge. Yeah, definitely. Firewood is always a challenge. I think that's why I kind of gravitate to the firewood. You never know what it is. I don't pay. We actually bought it like 3 years ago. It's mostly pear and some cherry. But it's all starting to get rotten, so I need to either burn it or use it. All right, let's speed up a little bit. I'm going 900. I'm going to go up to 1400. It's beautiful. It is nice. Look, there's a spider. Where the heck did he just come from? Can you see it? Where did he just come from? Did he just drop down out of the ceiling? Wow. That's wild. I hate spiders. Maybe he crawled out of that little hole right there. All right. Burrow comes apart. I've never done a burrow. Never done a burrow. Oh, what was I doing? Speeding up. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to 1400. Definitely, Junior. Sometimes I'm like, I want to get bit by a spider because I want to have superpowers, but I don't think it's real. So I would just probably, I don't know. You might get sick or something, have a reaction. I don't know. I don't like spiders. They're too creepy. Don't turn, you can turn bone, but don't turn your own bone. That's like doing something like this. Be careful using rags. I like to use rags, but I'm very careful how I hold it. All right, so that abrasive paste that I put on is my own. I make that. It is beeswax, mineral oil, and diatomaceous earth. And it works very well to polish. This you can kind of see how shiny it's getting. I'm going to put on I'm going to switch now to some Carnauba cleaning wax to do another round of polish. And this is just from the auto parts store. I don't spend a lot of money. You got to be able to find stuff. If it's for hobby work, it's going to be more expensive. Eagle bone whistle. Wow. Australians, yeah. So most of my early days, what I recommend, there's a couple channels, and I should link them somehow, but I watched a lot of Robbo Robertson from Australia, and he would be on this channel. I forget. I think he's changed the name. Wooden Things -AU maybe, back in the day, like I would say 3 or 4 years ago. And he pretty much, I learned how to turn watching that channel and watching Robbo. And sometimes I would join their live stream and he'd walk me through stuff. Great times. He's passed on just recently. So that's a loss, a huge loss, but I learned a lot watching that channel. All right, let's clean this off. Don't really want to heat this up, but don't have a lot of choice. It's a little wobbly. You might even get this to spin. Might be a top, but I think it's going to be off center. All right, I'm going to separate this. Another thing, you never want to wear gloves on a lathe, and you don't want long sleeves. So I always pull up my sleeve when I'm going to catch it. And that's kind of nice. It's got like a greenish blue tint to it, sharp point on this side. And then I would take a small drill and just put a hole in the top. But I can come back here to my abrasive paste and just polish up that end. I may even get a hook and try to clean out that a little bit, that hole. But yeah, that's it's not too heavy. Nothing lit, doesn't light up, nothing, no fancy colors or anything. But there's an ornament. Any advice for bottle stoppers without a mandrel? Good question. Michael Wilson, hold on. Give me a couple minutes. I will be right back. Wait a minute. I might have them out here. Hold on. So I'm not sure where they are, but I have a bag of corks. And you can get them on Amazon, you can get them anywhere, but it's a bag of corks and you turn any kind of shape, like this could be a bottle stopper, and I would glue the cork onto the bottom with super glue or wood glue. That is it. It doesn't have to be threaded. I also have some metal ones, real nice ones, but you can buy a bag of corks that people use for bottle stoppers. And that's the best way. You don't have to have a mandrel. I don't have a mandrel. In fact, I might have, so I've been moving my shop upstairs from the basement into the garage, and most of my stuff is down there. My special. So what I had done is I took a piece of wood and drilled a hole in it, the same thread as I drilled a hole and I put a bolt up through, counterbored the bottom. So if this were the piece, I'd have drilled through on the lathe, counterbored the bottom, put a bolt through it that had the male threads that were the same as the bottle stopper component. So why did I do that? So I could somehow, I forget how, I haven't done bottle stoppers in years, but you can do that. There's so many different ways to do it, but for thread and remove, let me go see if I can find that bag. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Are you still here? Still here, Michael? This is the bag I was talking about. These are just corks that would work for bottle stoppers, and you just glue it on. I think they're drilled so they squish a little bit. But yeah, bottle stopper corks, bag of 10. So there you go. That's the easiest way. So all you would do is anything you turn, you'd part it off, and then you glue this cork right onto the bottom of it, and that's it. So you have the stoppers with the thread. Okay, so what you would do, almost the same way, like this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this thread out, and this is the one you use an Allen wrench and you screw them into the wood, but that's the finished one. So here's what I would do. Let's make one real quick. All right, you're gonna stick. You have time to stick around. See if I can do this. See if I remember how to do this. Because this is definitely a specific steps. I was thinking it was this, but this is too big of thread. This is for something else, but this would work. So you do the bottom first, thread it on here, and then turn it, and then you just take it off and work it. But this is much bigger than that bottle stopper. Not a ton, but a little bit. But we can do this. You have dowels with the cork. Johnny has dowels with the cork. Okay. So what do you mean dowels? Because I've obviously never used that bag of corks. Hey, Johnny. Thanks for coming in. I thought you just glued it. Is it glue onto a dowel? That's probably smart. That'd hold better. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's make a barrel, like a wine barrel or something. I don't drink wine, so if it's not good, let me know. We'll make some kind of a barrel. So first step, I'm going to make the bottom first, and I need to know what size of drill that is. So I'm going to pick out quarter might be too tight. You don't want it, you want to be able to screw it in, but it should stay. This is probably good. 17/64. I think the 9/32 is too big. 1/4 inch probably would work. You just got to kind of figure out. And I think 1/4 inch might be too tight with this wood. If it was pine, depending on what wood you're using, would make a big difference. All right, so that's the drill. This is I'm gonna put this up here. I'm gonna find my Jacob's chuck. And we're gonna get this out of the way first. Okay, no worries, Michael. And I'll leave this up if you want to go back. This I won't take this live stream down. Some of them I take down because I mix into a video. This one I'll leave up. Okay, So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drill into this enough for that screw. Ooh, I've got a hole in the end that may or may not line up. I don't want that. I'm gonna change. Kind of want, actually, let's turn this around because I don't want that hole through the pith to not line up with the drill. Yeah, this side looks a little bit better. If you put a hole in there and it's not lined up, it'll never work right. Oh no, it won't fit in the chuck. That side's too big. That one's got a big hole in it. Maybe this one will fit in. Oh, it's so close. Dang it. All right. We can do this. What I'm going to do is line this up with that drill and tighten it down. I'm going to try it. I don't know if this will work or not. And then I'm going to turn a tenon right away. I think this will work. Okay. I don't want to go too deep. Now, the cool thing is, zoom back out. Once I take out my Jacob's chuck, take that out, put my cone center back in that hole that I just made, and it'll center it up. Okay, hopefully this will work. Let's hope. All right. I forgot I can't put a tenon because this is our finished base. So that's it. All right, let's get a shape. Kind of barrel shape. It's probably a little too big. Ooh, that's nice. I love the texture coming off the skew. There we go. I'm gonna put some bands, like for because it's a barrel. Kind of. That looks terrible, but you get the idea. Okay. You got the idea. Oh yeah, no problem. All right, let's get a black. I am going to kind of accent the blue a little bit. Most of this will come off, but I like that blue color. All right, now our polish. And you can, however you want to do this. You can do it after, you can do it at this point. I don't think you have to do the finish right now, but I'm just doing a quick one. Okay. Now I'm going to separate it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. Like the blue is in the grain. This is kind of nice. I hate to brag on myself, but every once in a while, even a blind squirrel finds a nut. All right, let's take. Ooh. All right, now I'm gonna finish this top on the other side. So I'm gonna take off my live center. I'm gonna separate it. Okay. So I've got two sides. This side doesn't look that good. We're gonna take care of that in a second. Okay, now, I'm not even going to turn the lathe off. What's the wood? I don't know what the wood is. It's driftwood from Lake Erie. So your guess is as good as mine. It feels like a hardwood, but I don't know. It could be like maple. It could be a telephone pole. I really have no idea. All right, I'm going to drill a shallow hole, same diameter that I did in the other piece. Okay, now, yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna be cool. Where's my bottle stopper? So I'm gonna take this thread, this piece out. I'm gonna put it in here. Let me grab an Allen key. Now you always want to put the Allen part, this part's solid. Always do the Allen part so you can get it back out. I'm going to screw that in here. Make sure you get it straight. Sometimes they don't go straight. This one feels not straight. Put it in. But I can get this back out. Boy, that is wobbly. Why is that so wobbly? All right, set this aside. I'm going to thread my barrel into that. I don't want this to be permanent, so be careful. There is a chance that this could be in there permanently. Okay, now I can finish that side. It's wobbly, but we're still gonna work it. I'm gonna put this in for now. Boy, that is so wobbly. I don't know. That's crazy wobbly. I'm not even gonna put the live center on it. All right, so, it's probably using this wood. I think what happened is it took, because that pith, I should have used a different piece of wood. So you could sand the top. I mean, if you saw how I did it, that's the best way to do it. I should not have used this wood. I should have taken that out and put in a better piece. But basically, if I wouldn't have jammed the cone in there, you've got your bottle stopper. So that's what I would do. I will tell you that I don't know what. Oh, I don't know what this was for, but I can tell you that I made 3 of them till I got one that was perfectly straight. So, like it's once you get a tool like this, write on it what it is. And I even marked on my lathe, this is number 2, this is number 1. So when I put it in the jaw, it is exactly the same. So, and then you have this, like I would put bottle stopper, I forget what this one was, but make a tool that works. So now the problem is I can't get that back out or I'll booger up the threads. If I had 2 nuts on there, I could get it out, but that is not going to come out anymore. We'll see. I'll work on it. But that's what I would do without a mandrel, without something to screw it into. You could embed a nut in there, but man, getting it straight, like that's tough. Aside from that, something like these, like Johnny said, you drill a hole, put the dowel in there, glue it. You're looking at like $1, I think. I don't even think these were $1. I'm not sure. I haven't used them. I need to try that. But yeah, look at that wood. I love this wood though. I might get out. So here's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna be done. I'm gonna finish that side. Let's take this off. I'm not gonna throw this away. I'm going to put on my sanding mandrel. I keep setting down my chuck key. Gosh, there it is. I have a magnet here. I don't know why I'm not using it. Oh, no worries, Michael. I love when I can answer questions. Not often does that happen, but anytime. And not that it's the best answer, but you know, it's one way. One thing, if you ask for wood turners how to do something, you will get 10 answers. So, all right, let's put a disc on there. You know, it would be cool. Oh, I can't put it back in. I should have taken the my Forstner bit and put like an inset in there. But I didn't. There you go. I don't think people are looking for perfect either. I wish I could. There's a little gap there. I probably didn't go deep enough. I don't think people are looking for perfect. Like if it's perfect, they might as well buy it at Target. So there's a barrel bottle stopper. This is made out of Lake Erie driftwood. So when I go up to my family that is in northern Ohio near the lake, I can say, here you go, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving. That's driftwood. And I might burn my logo in it. Where is my logo? I don't know where it is right now, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But there you go. That's how I would do it. All right, guys, that's going to do it. I've got to finish my to-do list. We have made a tree, Christmas tree for the table. We have made an ornament out of driftwood. Polished it up. I just need to drill a little hole in it. And we made a bottle stopper. And that's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. Probably not going to do a live stream tomorrow, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. I don't know. Hard to tell. Watch for it. A whiskey show. There you go. Like whiskey in the barrel, right? You could take your Dremel and put some lines on it. Yeah, that's crazy. That looks like a whiskey barrel. If you had a whiskey barrel and you could laminate some of the wood and make them out of that, that would be it. So, all right, I'm gonna head out. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for coming in, Junior. Everybody that came in, Johnny. We will see you later. Staves in your mind went same way. Yeah, there you go. I bet you it would smell good. Anyway, okay. Thanks for coming in. Remember, you have value, you have purpose, and you are loved. God bless. We'll see you, Michael.